Good morning, and thanks for tuning in to Notations of a Nappy Girl, episode 20. We are at 20. Thank y'all for following, subscribing, liking the Facebook, following the Twitter, all that. Thank you so much. Um, Jumping right into it today, I want to talk about something that's real prevalent in relationships right now. I dealt with three couples this weekend, and all of them are dealing with some aspect of self sabotage. And people say, well, what's that? How can I sabotage myself? I love me. I want me to succeed. Well, you kind of sabotage yourself when you hold on to past regret, past hurt, past disappointment, stuff like that. Like when people talk about bringing baggage to a new situation, it's the same thing as self sabotage. Throughout all these videos, the biggest thing I have stressed is communication, communication, communication. That's what it's all about. Whether it's work, home, social, family, does not matter. Communication is paramount for anything to work. But I think people can communicate, but can't effectively communicate or articulate what it is that they're thinking and what they're feeling. Some people only know how to deal with being hurt, being vulnerable, being unsure, uncertain, what have you, with aggression because they've never had a partner that would be there, that would listen, that wouldn't judge them. So when you've never had that, you become a master at building up these walls to keep people from getting close to you. And what happens is the minute you start to feel vulnerable, the minute you're having a bad day and you want to call your husband or wife and cry about it, then you stop yourself because that little voice up here says, she gonna think you a punk, dude. Don't call her whining about that. Or she gonna think you weak, or she gonna want somebody else because you whining and crying. That's self-sabotage. That's self-loathing, self-depreciating ways of thinking. And a lot of us do it subconsciously. Women, we put stuff on. Oh, I look fat. Let me take this off. Instead of just saying, okay, I can take it in a little bit here, let it out a little bit here, and I'm gonna be a diva. We don't do that. We sit there and we beat ourselves up. And a lot of times it's over stuff we can't change. Something happens at work. Here's the thing. I've always said that just like violence begets violence, attitude begets attitude. It's like you call your partner. So I call you, the one that's watching. Yes, pick up the phone. I call you, and I'm having a bad day. But I don't want to whine about it because I don't want to seem weak. So the minute you pick up the phone, I'm going to say, what took you so long to answer? What you doing? Who you got there with you? Now, you were just happy to see my face and my number pop up on the phone. So you're answering the phone. Yes. Oh my God, it's Nappy Girl. She's calling. And I go into it right then. Instantly, you're going to stop and say, what? My phone only rang once. I just picked it up. I'm here by myself. Duh. Then it's going to be a back and forth. Back and forth. Everybody has to one up the next person. And that's where the problem happens. Along with communication, the big E, empathy. We have to be able to effectively empathize with what our partner is feeling. Now, I just called my partner and just went off. Just, oh my God, just went in because I'm having a bad day at school or at work or what have you, just sitting in traffic. But that person is sitting at home and they may be tired, maybe working on a big proposal for work, possibly going to get written up for being late yesterday, whatever. They're dealing with a lot of stuff going on in their background. But because I'm not empathetic to my partner, all I'm thinking about is myself and how I'm feeling, I'm going to take that out on them. Then they're going to feel like I don't understand them, I don't appreciate them, I'm not loving them correctly. So then they're going to throw it right back at me. What's going to happen? We're going to stay mad over something stupid. So that's my big thing for today. We have to be able to effectively communicate with our partner, loved ones, what have you. But we also have to be able to empathize and take yourself out of yourself and step into their shoes to see what they're dealing with. Because what they're dealing with is paramount to them. What you're dealing with is paramount to you. But you got to find a common ground. Now, in going in lines with empathy, and I'm looking at my timer, I'm going a little over. In going in line with empathy, you have to be able to think before you speak. Oh my God. Remember your mama used to say that? Think before you speak. If you can't catch yourself and throw that filter on there, just stop and think really, really quick, half a second. How would I feel if this person said it to me? Chances are you're not going to like it. But we always got to get that one last jab in. Stop. Because you're going to win the battle but lose the war. You got to look at long term. And that's what people aren't doing. We're so quick to respond because we're so, what's the word? We're so desensitized to so many things and overly sensitive to the wrong stuff. The wrong things set us off or upset us. And the stuff that should bother us, that we should find puzzling or what have you, we don't give it a second thought. So it's like you got to learn to compartmentalize what it is you want to do in each given scenario, because each scenario is different. But it's like, do I want to fight while this person is at work or at school trying to be productive? Now they got this on their mind. Or do I just want to, write it in my journal, blow it out, yell, scream, punch the pillow? I don't care what you do. Don't punch another person, though. Don't do that. But do you want to do all that and just blow it out and deal with them when they get home, or deal with them when everything is calm? My favorite response, and it irritates people, and some of you who are watching, you know what I mean, because you've heard it. The minute somebody starts in on me for no reason, the first thing I say is, wow. And then I say, you know what? At this point in the conversation, we're no longer hearing each other. We're kind of talking at each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you go, or if I'm in their presence, I'm going to walk away and just get at me when your disposition is a little better. And people think, oh, you putting me down, you trying to tell me what to do. No. Sometimes we get in the conversation and it is so emotionally charged that somebody has to be the bigger person and just basically diffuse the situation by removing themselves. Because if you don't, you're going to end up saying a lot of stuff you don't mean. Typical response I hear these days, let's just throw in the towel. Well, you're not happy with me, I'm not happy with you, let's just forget it. Let's just end this. And it's like, if you're posing it to me in the form of a question, that means you have not made up your mind about anything, which means you want me to make that call. Not gonna happen. If you're that unhappy with me, leave me alone. It's as simple as that. But when a person does that, typically, it's done out of frustration. It's done out of anger. And most of all, in order to have frustration and anger to a situation, you have to be vulnerable to that person and to that situation. So chances are that person is completely emotionally open to you. And that's why they're frustrated and angry, because they don't like that feeling. They're not used to that feeling. It's foreign. So they instantly lash out. It's like putting an injured dog in a corner. Even though you're trying to help the dog, he don't know that. He gonna try to bite you. It's the same thing. That's what your partner, your parent, your child is doing. They're lashing out because they can't process that vulnerability. It takes time. Be patient with them. If you love them enough to be with them, be patient with them and see what happens. See where it goes. Because that momentary lapse in judgment, that one hurtful statement, sometimes cannot be taken back. And we as individuals, that's how we sabotage ourselves. We get so worked up and so angry and so frustrated that we just simply say, forget it. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. And you say that, and then the person is like, all right, then what do? Then you're like, wait. No. That's not what I meant. Say what you mean what you say, and always think before you speak. Paramount to making anything work. My message for today overall, communicate, empathize, think it through. Never make a life-changing decision when you're angry, when you're upset, when you're frustrated, when you're crying, you're screaming. Blow it out. Process the situation, weigh your pros and cons, and then make your decision. That's my time for today, people. Thank you all for watching so much. I'm going to go comb my hair now. Peace and blessings.